A mosquito-borne illness could soon make its way to the Rio Grande Valley. I'm tracking those details straight ahead.
Coming up, Gladys Porter Zoo officials are saying no to the new open carry law in Texas. Hear how the facility is tackling the situation. And tax season is here, but how easy is it to file? Hear from UTRGV students as UTRGV TV starts now. Hello everyone, I'm Steven Cavazos, and thank you for tuning in to this week's edition of UTRGV TV. At the top of our show, an epidemic is making its way across South America, but could be making its way here to the Rio Grande Valley. Our reporter Orlando Vargas joins us from the Hidalgo County Health Department. Orlando, what are the latest developments?
That's right, Stephen. The Zika virus is spreading at an alarming rate worldwide, but One Valley Health Department is helping stop the virus in its tracks. Hidalgo County's top health official is on alert.
The Zika cases we have in Texas and in northern Mexico have all been travelers. They've been imported.
The Zika virus is already a threat in South America and could be on its way here.
So that was in 2014, they had 150 cases. But in 2015, they had 3,500 cases. So there was an exponential growth of microencephaly in those areas.
Hidalgo County Health Director Eddie Olivares is working closely with Mexican health officials to monitor the situation.
All indications are from them that there is no Zika-infected mosquitoes in the northern states of Mexico, which includes Tamaulipas and Nuevo León here along our area. However, they do project that in time it'll migrate.
An alarming aspect of the virus is that it could go undetected.
So the majority of people can actually have it and they don't even know they have it, right? Now, who are those people? Usually young, healthy people are the ones that probably have it and they don't know it. The elderly and the extremely young, newborns, infants are the ones that are most risk for Zika and the complications, the medical complications involved with it, because their immune systems are weakened. It's not as well developed in infants, and of course with senior citizens, they have a lot more weakened immune system just due to their age and other illnesses that may be associated with their age.
Some of the symptoms include reddening of the eyes, rash, body aches, headaches, backache, and low-grade fever.
That Zika, in a normal situation, lasts about 10 days. So once it's in your body, in your blood system, it's very quick to mature and die out.
The county says it's ready to combat the mosquito at any moment's notice.
You combat Zika the same way you combat dengue, West Nile, Salmonella encephalitis, and chikungunya. Same way. There is no other way to combat it except fumigating, larviciding.
And Olivares says that the community can also do their part in helping stop the spread of the Zika virus. Now, here are a few tips for you. You should always keep your grass well cut and drain any standing water. You should also buy any insect repellent that contains DEET and wear any long sleeve clothing while working outside. Olivares says that you should also monitor your outdoor activities during the dusk and dawn hours. For now, reporting in Edinburgh, I'm Orlando Vargas for UTRGV TV.
Well, thank you, Orlando. We'll continue to keep you updated on the latest developments. Now, the Gladys Porter Zoo in Brownsville attracts thousands of visitors each year, but the facility recently made headlines when they announced they will be implementing a non-open carry policy on zoo ground. On January 1st, it became legal for Texas gun owners to openly carry guns. However, Gladys Porter Zoo Director Patrick Burksfield says the facility will remain a gun-free zone. In a statement published in the Brownsville Herald, Burksfield says, quote, "It would affect attendance, particularly since we serve people all over the country that are not from South Texas and don't have quite the same take on open carry. We don't want to infringe on anyone's rights. At the same time, we can't afford to lose zoo visitors who would be fearful." The zoo serves as an educational facility to students, and according to Texas Penal Code 46.03, it's currently illegal to openly carry a firearm on an educational institution. Now, the UTRGV Police Department released a timely notification warning to faculty and students late last month following a burglary incident at the Brownsville campus. The UTRGV Police Department received a tip in the early morning hours reporting 2 suspects leaving the Garza Gymnasium with several bags after using force to gain entry to the building by breaking a window.
What they took from us was our student computer, which was a little Mac, so that was worth about $1,000. They took the PA system for the gym, which was worth about $2,500. A flash drive, flash drive, a 16 gigabyte flash drive, a flashlight, a UREC branded hat, and a box cutter was what they took from us.
1 male juvenile has been detained, but 2 others fled the scene. If you have any information, contact the UTRGV Police Department at 956-882-8232. The spring semester means financial deadlines for students across the nation. The FAFSA and TASO priority deadline for UTRGV is March 15th. Students are asked to visit the financial aid office at U Central to beat the deadline. You can also call them to schedule an appointment at 888-882-4026. Tax season is underway, but are you aware of the process of filing your taxes? Our reporter Cassandra Torres went to find out if students here at UTRGV are informed.
Students at UTRGV are aware that it is tax season. But before they are able to get their refunds back and spend their money, they will have to file their taxes to the IRS. Yet, most students are unaware of how to do so and resort to the aid of their parents instead. Tax professionals have advice to give.
You should start, like right now, like if they're a junior in college or even a freshman or a sophomore. But they should start as early as possible so they know they get acquainted with what their tax return is all about. Keep in mind that for a single person it's really a very simple one. But as you get along and you start working and you get more income, you want to know how to get more credits.
Individuals' busy schedules call for the help of their parents, while others' reasons are more dependent.
So my parents take my tax information, everything that has to do with that, like the income and everything, because I feel that I'm not ready for it. I feel like I wasn't prepared enough for it. I'm still not, I'm barely new to the income and everything. So I'd rather let them do it instead of me mess it up.
As Camarena, many students do not yet feel ready to take on this responsibility, but there are a few that are excited to attempt it in the near future.
It's not that bad. I think I'm going to start in a year and a half, so I guess it's a pretty fun experience, right? You get money back.
Moreno advises that students should begin to take the next step in becoming familiar with the tax income process by either accompanying their parents to a notary or using IRS-approved software such as TurboTax. As a professional in the field, she ensures it is not as difficult as one may think. For UTRGV TV, I am Cassandra Torres.
Developing at this hour, UTRGV Radio is off the airwaves after the radio station lost its ability to broadcast shows when their streaming provider Live 365 opted to end service to all users.
I hope we get our station back because I know a lot of students want to have that creative outlet, want to have an opportunity to become a DJ, and this was a great opportunity for them to just start it off. And it's really sad that they're not going to have that option for the time being.
Live 365 filed for bankruptcy last year. UTRGV Radio was not notified by the company about the streaming interruption. Plans to find a new streaming service are currently underway. For now, the station will continue to release radio shows online through their podcasts. We will bring you all the latest updates as the story continues to develop. This past Tuesday, the UTRGV Counseling Center was at the University Center in Edinburgh to highlight some of the services the office offers students.
Today's event is all about creating visions for 2016, so working towards goals, healthy goals in the future. So if we put it on paper, we visualize it, it's our hope that students will be able to achieve that in the short term.
Students had the opportunity to create vision boards to show goals they wanted to achieve this year. You can find out more services the Counseling Center offers by visiting their office at the University Center. And now let's head over to sports reporter Daniel Galvan, who can tell us what we can expect this upcoming Super Bowl Sunday.
Thank you, and it's a huge week of sports, probably the biggest sports week all year long. But before we talk about the Super Bowl, Peyton Manning against Cam Newton, a quick refresher on what just happened in the week of UTRGV sports. Both the men and women basketball teams fought fairly hard, but they lost to WAC Power New Mexico State. The men were on the road and they lost 92-68. But Shaq Hines, one of our stars, a senior, had 30 points in that game. And then here at home last Saturday, the women's team did lose with a pretty awesome crowd. The band was phenomenal. It was full, but we lost to New Mexico State. But in that game, Hilda Yartensdottir had a double-double. So 2 nice performances. Maybe down the line we can take out New Mexico later on in the season. And before the Super Bowl, also, our tennis teams are pretty awesome. Here at home last weekend, the women's tennis team beat Texas A&M Kingsville, and on the road, our men's tennis team beat Concordia University. Moving on to Super Bowl 50, the same age as my mom. I'm just kidding, she's 3 years older. The Denver Broncos are taking on the Carolina Panthers, and here's the deal, guys. I'm very excited about this game, kind of. I'm excited about the idea of Peyton Manning on his last stand, going to win one last Super Bowl, much like John Elway. But the issue is that Cam Newton and the Carolina Panthers are really good, and this could turn out just like the previous Denver Bronco Peyton Manning Super Bowl when they were blown out of the water by the Seattle Seahawks. I don't know if that's going to happen, but I think that's really likely. Both teams have phenomenal defenses. On Denver, it starts with the pass rush with Von Miller and DeMarcus Ware, who I believe was a Cowboy, if I'm correct or whatnot. I think the Cowboys cut DeMarcus Ware. Don't worry, they have, who do they have now? Brandon Weeden? Oh, wait, no, he's a Texan. Who do the Cowboys have? It doesn't matter. But what does matter is that the Denver Broncos have Chris Harris. He's a cornerback that isn't a big-name star like Darrelle Revis, but he's a shutdown corner, and that makes their defense phenomenal. That's going to really kind of stunt what Cam Newton wants to do. But Peyton Manning is going to have issues as well because the Panthers have a great defense in their own right. It starts with the veteran leaders they have on the defensive line like Jared Allen and Charles Johnson, but it extends to their youth with Kawan Short at defensive tackle and most importantly at cornerback Josh Norman, who is a great cornerback, and also at linebacker Luke Kuechly. So these are two teams with great defenses. The difference in this game is the offense. While Cam Newton has absolutely nobody to throw to, Ted Ginn Jr. is his best wide receiver. Greg Olson's a nice tight end, but in terms of wide receivers, it looks a lot like my high school football team. And Cam Newton's going to have issues with that, but the thing is, he's really good at throwing the deep ball and allowing his receivers to make a play. So I think Cam Newton's offense will be enough to give the Carolina Panthers the big win. And unfortunately, Peyton Manning, as smart as he is, as many Papa John's commercials as he does, as much chicken parmesan as he eats, as big as his forehead is, bigger than my eyebrows, I don't think he has the physical ability to use what is in his mind against the Carolina Panthers offense. He just can't throw the deep ball. There's no zip on his ball, and a big hit could be the end of the line. The best thing that could happen for the Denver Broncos is Brock Osweiler going in there, but by the time that happens, it'll be a little too late. So that's my Super Bowl prediction. I think the Carolina Panthers beat the Denver Broncos. I'm going to say 28-14, and I think Beyonce steals the halftime show. Reporting for RGB TV, I'm Daniel Galvan.
That's all we have for you today, but remember, if you have a story you'd like us to know about, you can find us on Facebook. Just search UTRGV-TV or email us to utrgvtv@gmail.com. Thanks for tuning in. I'm Stephen Cavazos. We'll see you back here next time.